Hello and welcome back to my channel, guys. We have a little guest here joining with us today. This is Kobe. Kobe, say hi. Want to say hi? Hi. He's gonna get comfy with us today because we are in our comfiest clothes, chilling here on the couch because I want to share with you guys a little designer shoe review for a pair of boots that I've had for the past, I think, like month and a half now, and I cannot wait to share them because I love them so freaking much. Without further ado, let's chat about the Bottega leg boots. I'm just gonna hold one for this video because it's a little hard to hold both of them, but you guys by now probably have seen these all over Instagram, and I have been dying to get my hands on one of these since last year. I absolutely loved them when I saw them online, that I knew that this year I need to get them again. I just truly loved how sleek and beautiful and simple the silhouette was. There's no crazy embellishments. You guys know I like my boots with embellishments. I have quite a few of them already, but I wanted something that was a little bit more unique and different, and I just liked how, I guess, really functional they looked. They really did just look like a pair of boots that you would get if you're going to be going out and just, I don't know, doing yard work. It just seemed a little bit different and more practical, I would say, than typical boots that I have. So I've had my eye on these ones since last year. Like I said, they released a brand new style this year, and this year has different colored leather with different colored soles. My friend Didier has the black one, I believe, with the clear sole. I've also seen some black ones with brown soles and brown ones with black soles and vice versa, but I truly just gravitated towards the simple black one because I wanted a pair of shoes that would match with all of my outfits. I love how tall the shaft of these are. It just makes it so easy for me to pull on and off. They match with all of my tights, socks, skinny jeans, dresses. It feels like I have like a full-on pair of boots on, like tall boots, without actually having tall boots, and it closes the gap between all of my pants and my socks. You know when you have that like slight little gap between the top of your pants, so the hem ends here, and the top of your socks? Yeah, it completes that gap and it keeps me nice and warm for the winter time. So we're gonna dive right into this and what I love about the boot and what I didn't love so much, and then we'll just kind of discuss whether or not I think this boot is worth your money. First of all, let's just talk about the availability of these boots. I searched high and low for these because these are a last year design and they released a new one this year. They're still producing and selling this design. I think it's one of the more classic ones, so they're not going to be getting rid of it anytime soon, especially since it's an all black boot. I think most people can relate to a simple pair of black boots, and it's such a unique design that it's not too out there that anyone would be like, I can't wear that. But the only thing is that they do sell out like hotcakes, so you do need to keep your eye online when you're looking at inventory. I looked at Nordstrom, I looked at the Bottega site, I looked at Louisa Via Roma, Net-a-Porter, Matches, Farfetch, and then Essence. And Essence was actually the final one that I found it in my size. I did find it at Holt Renfrew, but what I've been noticing is that although I love to support Holt Renfrew because it's a Canadian company, all their prices are usually a little bit more expensive than other retailers. Seeing as Essence is also a Canadian company, I was fully on board with purchasing my shoes from there. Besides the fact that Holt Renfrew also didn't have my size, so it didn't really matter. But I snagged these on Essence for a little bit cheaper than I would have gotten anywhere else. Most of the other retailers that I looked at also didn't have my size anyways, and even if they were the same price as the ones in Essence, they also came with a set of duties that I had to pay for once they entered the country, which is why I ended up purchasing from there. So availability wise, I would just keep your eye out. You can put yourself on email lists to get reminded anytime they get new stock of a specific size. I didn't need to do that for these boots. Surprisingly, I looked at Essence the night before and they were completely sold out of every single size, and then when I checked the next day just for shits and giggles because I wanted to see, I honestly was not hinging on them even having my size to begin with. I checked and they did, so I was like, okay, purchase instantly. These are going to be mine because I've spent so long looking for these and I'm finally ready to make that decision to purchase them. So I did. Funny story actually, shopping with Essence, which is like, it's a good and a bad story. I'm gonna share it with you guys. When I purchased these boots, these were placed on hold for about a week and I wasn't really sure why, because with my past experience with Essence, they usually ship out everything within like 3 to 7 business days, and these were just sitting on hold for the longest time ever. Apparently they had sent me an email and it told me the box was defective. I don't have the box anymore, so I can't show it to you because it was defective, so I threw it out. But one of the corners of the box was damaged, and they sent me an email with photos asking me if I still want to proceed with the purchase, and if I did, they could provide me with a $15 discount for the damaged box. I never received that email, so I actually contacted customer service to ask them what was going on, and they relayed that whole story to me. So I went to my inbox to search for it, couldn't find it, emailed them back to let them know I didn't have it, could they resend it to me, and they said that one of the other customer service reps had already resent it to me. I still didn't receive it, and I waited another like 7 to 10 business days and nothing happened, and then one day the shoes just magically showed up on my doorstep, and then I checked my account and they had also just refunded me the $15. So I don't know what happened on their end service wise, why they were never able to send me the pictures or to get in contact with me besides me having to get in contact with them myself. But the boots landed up on my doorstep they were perfectly fine on their own. I believe Essence also has a free return policy, so you can ship back any items that are damaged or just don't suit your needs. So I was happy that the boots themselves were in perfect condition. I didn't have to worry about it. The only thing really damaged was the box, and honestly, I don't like Bottega boxes. They're just like this fluorescent green color that isn't the most attractive. Usually I keep all my designer boxes to use as decor and just stack them up on top of my bookshelves, but this one I instantly nixed it because it was like a horrendous color. It just didn't match with my overall decor color palette anyway, so I was happy to get rid of that one. And at the end of it, I still ended up getting a $15 discount, so I was okay with that. Like I said, it's a good and bad story. Good in the sense that I got a $15 discount. Bad that the communication was kind of poor and I was not really notified of anything, but who knows? At the end of the day, I got the product that I paid for and I got a discount, so that's all that matters for me, and I'm happy with that. Moving on to the construction of the boot. It is constructed in all leather on the front and on the back. Even the pull tabs are leather in the front and the back as well. There's an elastic panel on either side of the boot, and this is just an elasticated material for you to slide your feet easily in and out of. And then there is the thick rubber sole, which is why they're known as the lug sole. But highly recommend wearing these boots with socks. I don't know why you wouldn't otherwise. The only time I wore these without socks was when I was piecing together outfits and I need to take the boots on and off quickly, so I just did it. And I made that mistake, and the back of the skin of my feet got stuck on the leather here, and it rubs, it creates friction, and you get a leather burn. Not fun. So highly recommend wearing socks with these ones. But otherwise, construction of the shoes are really, really well done overall. They are definitely not waterproof though, so I did not purchase these for the intention of wearing them in a wet winter. I will only be wearing these when it's dry outside or probably fall and summertime. These don't really have insulation either, so it's not really designed to keep you warm. And with the amount of salt that we put on our roads here, I don't want to ruin these boots, because I can't even tell you how many pairs of boots that I've wrecked with salt stains all over them walking in the snow with them. So yeah, these are not going to be my outdoor wet winter boots. These are just more of like the aesthetic dry fall and spring, maybe summer if you can tolerate wearing a pair of boots like these in the heat. Moving on to the insole of the boot, it is leather all the way down inside as well, and you would think that designers would spend a little bit more time installing a comfortable insole with some cushioning and some padding. But no, for the price tag of these boots, you get a very flat leather sole on the inside. I'm thankful that these boots don't cause me any pain anywhere. I don't get like arch pain or blisters or just like plantar fasciitis when you walk in like uncomfortable shoes for way too long. For the price I paid for these boots, if I was to get pain, I'd be very frustrated. Like I said, they're also fairly tight to get in and out too, so I wouldn't necessarily recommend installing a thick kind of like thermal insole either, because you're not gonna have a lot of space for your feet inside. So I'm very thankful that these boots are very comfortable for myself. We're gonna move on a little bit to the sizing and the comfort of these boots now that we've discussed the construction of it. For myself, I ordered these in a size 36. I did have another friend who owns these pair of shoes, and I was told that they are quite wide and big and to size down. I'm very thankful that I didn't, because I did read a lot of other reviews online that most people said that they're pretty true to size and to stick with which size I usually am, which is a US 6, and convert it into European sizing, that's a 36. So I ordered these in a 36 and they fit beautifully. The back of the heel here doesn't really rub into my foot that much, so I don't get any blisters actually at all. And the front here doesn't pinch my toes. There's lots of space up here, but it's not too wide to the point where I feel like I'm wearing clown shoes and my feet are slipping around inside. And the ball of the foot up here doesn't really pinch my feet either, so I have no issues with that. I did say that they have a very flat insole on the inside, and I also too don't experience any sort of pain, so like that. The only annoying aspect I found about these shoes, which I usually find when I wear boots without tall socks, are the shaft inserts here along the inside. Depending on how it's crafted, sometimes the seams are not perfectly finished and they rub up against your leg and you can get some chafing. I've had that, and I have some scars along the inside of my calves where the materials of cheaply made shoes or just poorly made shoes in general have left chafing scars on my legs, and it's not cute. So these ones did do it the first couple of times I wore them. I think it's just the construction of the leather and how it was like sitting on this certain shape around my foot. But as I wore these boots more and more, I no longer get any sort of chafing, and I don't get any scars or scabs anywhere from the tops of these boots. So when I first wore them, I definitely did wear them with higher tube socks, but now I wear them with just like ankle socks and I'm perfectly comfortable with them. So that's in terms of the overall comfort of the boots. The only other issue that I do have with putting these on is the elastic panels here. It's actually quite tight, and I have worn boots with elastic panels that over time when these wear out, it gets kind of like wrinkly and ruffly at the top here when it's like stretched. I'm not too worried about it right now because it's not really doing that yet. Most of the stretching comes along closer to the ankle where you need to slip your foot into. And because these are a fairly slim profile pair of boots, I do worry that over time this elasticated panel is going to stretch and just deform and not look really cute. So that's the only thing I would mention. I do have a tough time sticking my feet in and pulling them out every once in a while, but I've never gotten to the point where my feet just don't come out. It's just if I have feet that are swelling for the day, I've been walking around for an extended period of time, or if I'm really hot, that's it. But otherwise, these shoes are beyond comfortable for me, and I hope take that with a grain of salt and try them, and that they're comfortable for you too, because some people have reported back to me that these boots rip their feet apart. We're gonna move on and talk a little bit about the color and the functionality of this boot. I did get in the black, like I said, because I wanted a very simple black pair of boots. I've been looking for some new black boots now because all the other ones were very embellished or had very specific designs and silhouettes that weren't exactly seamless with my existing closet. I had to wear them with very specific outfits. So I found that because this one looks very nondescript, and they have remade these as dupes for various other brands as well, it's a very like simple silhouette that I think you can wear anywhere. Many people often get intimidated by the lug sole, but when you actually wear these boots, they don't look that thick. It's not actually as chunky as you may think. So I would recommend getting these boots if you're unsure as to whether or not it's too chunky in the bottom. It's not overly chunky like the Prada Monolith ones. It's relatively reasonable. For longevity, we're going to move away from color now because I just got a seamless black one. There's not much else to share. You can get these in a bunch of other colors. I think there's like a brown, a white, and an olive green. All are really nice. I would love to get them, but for the price point, I don't need multiple boots in the same design of just varying different colors. I'd rather get other designs as well, unless down the road proves to me that I just really like the shoes and I'd like to get them in different colors. But yeah, that's it for the colors. For longevity, these boots, the only main issues that I have, and I've definitely seen these on some other people who own these boots, is the creasing in the ankle area here and up on the toe area here. So it is a very, very stiff and structured shaped treated leather, so it holds the shape really well. As you can see, the shaft is not like flopping back and forth like some of my other boots do. It's very, very well structured and pretty rigid. That being said, with wear and tear, you will wear in this leather quite easily, and I can already see the leather around the ankle area in the front, particularly in the back, starting to buckle in a little bit. There is a little bit of creasing. If you guys can see, it's not like a perfectly smooth edge going up, and that's just gonna happen with any shoes that you wear, to be honest. So you can't look at these boots and expect them to be pristine and perfect forever. I've seen many girls who've worn these boots for multiple seasons through, and it just gets so wrinkly and soft around here. So you do have to come with the rationale that it's going to start to look slowly weared in with time. I've also seen the front of the boot get really worn in, and there's like deep creases, and the leather is like not cracking but folding over onto itself. So I think when it comes to leather with more wear and tear, they get softer, they get more malleable, and they're going to start to bend and show more wrinkles and creases, and you have to be okay with that when it comes to these boots, since the boot is more or less made in like a whole panel of leather in the front here. Like this is all one panel. There's a panel here, panel going up the back, and the panel on this side. So just 4 pieces of leather make up the majority of the boot, and you're gonna have to be ready for some of this to move around as you wear it and for it to slowly break in a bit. Which also goes back to the comfortability. When it comes to leather, I find that as you wear them a little bit more, they do get more and more comfortable over time. It will mold to your feet. It'll give you more customized wear, which is why I'm totally on board with this sort of stylish shoe. There's not too much going on in terms of like designs with riveting, studs, zippers, that sort of thing. So I really, really like these ones, even though they will over time show a lot of wear. Price point for these boots. So these boots are definitely not cheap. They hover anywhere from like $1,300 to $1,700 depending on which platform you're buying it from and how much you're going to be paying on shipping and duties. I would definitely keep your eye out for sales for either like Boxing Day or end of season sales. Although this is a classic design for Bottega, I should have snatched these up last year. I did see them get marked down at the end of the season, since they're not really spring and summer boots. These are definitely geared more towards their fall and winter collections, and they'll mark them down a little bit, not much, maybe like a couple $100, and then bring them back again for next year fall and winter and put them back to the original price. So if you've had your eye on these boots, you don't need to buy them right away. Keep an eye out for sales, and you might be able to snag them for a little bit cheaper. Otherwise, I think you're really paying for the construction and the quality of the boot. It's really well made. The tailoring is impeccable. It fits my feet perfectly, at least for myself. Like I said, take that with a grain of salt until you try these shoes on for yourself. And the materials that they've chosen are really, really smooth. The leather is soft. The elastication is like nice and thick, but it is stretchy enough that you can put your feet into. The sole on the bottom is a really thick rubber that's super durable, doesn't look like it's grinding down with all of my wear and asphalt outside. And overall, it's just a very solid, well-made boot. So yes, it is expensive, but for price point, I paid the same price, if not more, for like really thin, strappy sandals. So you're getting way more material out of this. And I think this is much more functional than a pair of strappy sandals or high heels. You can wear this almost every single day. If you're comfortable wearing it every day and don't mind it getting damaged, then yeah, I think this boot is well worth the price when it comes to designer pricing for shoes. Obviously, compared to fast fashion, you're literally adding an extra digit to this, but I've literally seen boots at Aldo go for like $200-300 for all leather. In the grand scheme of things, when it's related to designer products, I don't think you're overspending or this boot is priced out of the market. I think you're spending relatively what I think this boot deserves. In terms of style, when it comes to these shoes, oh boy, I have so many outfits that I've worn this with already. It is not even fathomable where I could stop. I've worn this with like a relaxed sweatsuit. I've worn this with skirts. I've worn it with dresses. I've worn it with like tights, skinny jeans, leggings, like the whole gamut of things. I've even worn this with just blazers and nothing on the bottom except for maybe bike shorts. The versatility of these boots are so insane and they literally match with every single outfit that I wear, and I think it's primarily due to probably the colorway that I picked. It's not like an obscene combination in your face. It's relatively nondescript and low-key, and like I said from far away, the sole is not that thick, so it doesn't look like you're wearing crazy high platform shoes. So if you're not sure as to whether or not this will suit with your regular everyday closet, obviously it's not like an overly feminine boot. It's a little bit grungier. There's quite a strong silhouette to this, but if this is a silhouette that you like, then I think that you're gonna find that this suits many of your different outfits in your closet. If you guys take a quick scroll through my Instagram, you will probably see quite a few outfits that I've already worn with these, and I can only envision myself styling them with like even more down the road as well. So that is literally it for my Bottega Veneta lug boot review video. I hope you guys found that resourceful. If you are currently on the market for these boots or you're just looking for a brand new pair of black boots, let me know if there are any other aspects that you wish that I had touched on down in the comments below, and if you would purchase these boots in the black color that I did, or if you would purchase them in a more unique color combination. Like I said, I think there's like fluorescent yellow ones with like clear soles. There's even the black one with a clear sole if you don't want to go too out there. But yeah, let me know which colorway you guys prefer the most, and if you think I'm boring for just picking the pure black one, please don't come at me. I just want this to be a very versatile purchase for me to wear with all my different outfits in my closet. If you guys want to get more of me, you can follow me on Instagram right here, and you can also check out my TikTok over here as well. I post on those two platforms a little bit more frequently than YouTube, so if you're not tired of listening to me yet or seeing my face, then you can pop onto there and to see a little bit more of me. Otherwise, I hope you guys have an amazing day. Stay safe this holiday season, and I'll see you guys in the next video.